Well, didn't he beef with Tupac? Didn't he the guy that beef with Tupac and shit?
Who
'Cause that's
cares?
his that's
So
his
did
fucking like
Biggie, and he's dead.
Pac
So the
Pac
fuck?
and Chino squashed the beef before Pac
Exactly.
died. So
Pac had a lot of beef with a lot of people. So what does that matter?
Pac had beef with Don Cornelius, man. Come on.
Right?
I'll pop up with Fran, try me, Fran to spit the clip.
Who cares?
But yeah, I would give a short tribute to Chino XL before the review starts anyway. Damn, Stacy Dash just keeps getting lighter and lighter every day.
Mm-mm-mm.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-mm-mm.
Why are some of these people getting light, man? Like, God damn. Bleaching their fucking skin.
I put that work in baggies, individuals cop. Then I switch from the mic to rap with no intentions to flop. Here's in the rock boys in the building still killing them. Yeah.
What y'all know about that?
That's an album of the
That's
year.
that Rockefeller chain, that new graph shit with Freeway and P. And
Mm-hmm.
Memphis Bleak. What? That shit should have been on the Freeway album. Fire. We gotta talk about Graph album.
Text it to me. I'll check it out at some point.
Yeah, Mike was good.
Mike, a real one. What's up, man? Yes, I literally had to go to my car. I had to just scream in my car today because everybody was just driving me crazy. Thank God no white people looking at me and shit. So I didn't have time for that. It was like, oh hell, another nigga screaming in his car and shit.
Another nigga. Another
Like, I
nigga.
felt like how Mary J. Blige felt like in that power when she was screaming. That's how I felt like. I was like, yeah.
Hey.
She was like, ah!
Hey.
How Mary felt. That's how I felt. I was like, yo.
Hey. Hey.
She was like, ah! But how you doing?
Good.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Man, it was good.
I hate this new YouTube update they did. Ugh. I swear, Nick was always updating shit when you got used to the shit in the first place. I'm tired of that shit. Okay, what else is going on? So the Olympics was kicking off and shit.
Uh,
I saw some of that shit. I was like, yeah. I've never really been a big Olympics fan.
I'm only waiting for the breaking, the basketball. That's about it. The gymnastics, I don't get hyped for gymnastics no more.
I never was hyped for gymnastics.
You know, there was at one point I was because I was actually doing it, but the
You did
swimming,
gymnastics?
I don't even know. Huh?
You did gymnastics?
I did gymnastics for 4 years.
Oh wow.
Yep, all that handstands, backflips, all that shit. Did shows, all that. I was actually watching it back in the day, but it's not the same no more. They only talking about Simone Biles like she's the only fucking person on the team.
Right.
And like there's other women on the team though.
That's the ticket.
You know, the swimming. I don't know anyone on the swimming team anymore. That's all they really talk about is swimming, basketball, gymnastics. That's it. Badminton and all that other shit that come on at 3 a.m. Nobody watching that.
Badminton. Ugh.
Badminton and fucking rowing and all that. Nobody's watching that shit. You know,
What else?
the breaking. They need to put more spotlight on it. That's like a new event. They ain't even talking about it. And they got that event like towards the last days of the Olympics.
Right.
So we don't know who's the judges. Nothing about it. What countries are representing it? None of that. But I guess it's cool to just have, let's have Snoop Dogg act like a fucking fool at the Olympics. What is that? Why is he exactly there? Like he's not commentating on anything. Why is he there?
Somebody says Snoop Dogg is the king of side missions and shit.
He's been all over there. I'm like, but what is he actually doing there? Like, is he a commentator? What the fuck is he doing? Why is Flavor there talking about water polo? You don't know shit about water polo.
That it's like the Olympics just trying to cater to the hip hop 50s.
You know what I'm
shit.
saying? I'm like, these young kids don't give a fuck about the Olympics. Like, come on, y'all gotta do better.
I don't even give a fuck about the Olympics. Yo, tell me something. How we go from February to August in 3 days?
Yeah.
How we go from February to August in 3 days, man. Anyway, so Tiffany Haddish caused some controversy again. She said she didn't know that there was restaurants in Africa. Why are these people famous?
People just say shit just to say shit.
I'm saying.
Like, for what?
Also, a lot of people are commenting about Robert Downey Jr. coming back to Marvel, but they were upset.
They're going by the comics. They're going by the books. There's a point when Doom had, traded places with Tony Stark's and he became Iron Man, and I like it. So it's gonna be weird to see Tony at what's a variant. He's not the real Doom. The real Doom hasn't been announced yet, but he's like a variant, like in another multiverse. So in another multiverse, Tony Stark's was Doom. So that's the version that you're gonna see in Avengers, Doomsday, and in Secret Wars, and it's gonna be weird to see him annihilate the Avengers, the very same team that he put together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there's gonna be deaths in that. There's gonna be major deaths in that, because just like an Endgame, people died in that. They're gonna have major characters die, Doomsday and Secret Wars.
I feel you, but yeah, people were saying that it's fucked up that he got back in Marvel, but Jonathan Majors is not in Marvel and shit like that after the whole incident with him. I'm just like, don't.
Well,
do this.
I don't think they need to get rid of. Well, first of all, I don't like the Ant-Man series anyway. I thought it was boring.
Same.
The first one was decent, but second one was trash. I didn't even watch the one with Jonathan Majors, but the Krang character, itself, they can bring him back as Krang. You know what I'm saying? Because like Marvel has some of the best villains in comics. You know what I'm saying? Doomsday, Galactus, Krang, Thanos. They can bring back Krang. I don't know if they're gonna, but I think they need to bring him back. And let's not make it a race thing where, oh well, y'all brought back Robert Downey and he had a criminal record. All of these motherfuckers have criminal records.
Exactly. And Robert Downey, he actually paid for his crimes and shit. He actually went to jail.
Right.
He actually worked hard to get back to where he was.
Right. But he was younger. He was young, and he learned from his mistakes.
Exactly.
And I think the Iron Man, him playing Iron Man, is what turned his whole career around.
Yeah, let's not.
He started to do better films, like even Sherlock Holmes. I like the Sherlock Holmes movies.
Right. Let's not do this whole race thing,
right?
Everything like that, because let's be real. I like Jonathan Majors, but like you said, the Ant-Man series was not really one of the best from the Marvel franchise,
right.
Shit like that.
And who is like, when these movie studios make the decision to get rid of somebody because of their criminal past, a lot of these movie executives and shit behind the companies have done worse.
Oh yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like when what's his name? Well, the dude that played the Flash.
I know who you're talking about.
When Ezra Miller played, he got in trouble. Even when they would promoting the damn film, he got in trouble, and they decided to, oh well, we don't know if we're gonna release this because of what he done. Like, come on, he's not the first, and he's not gonna be the last person to get in trouble with the law.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They're making too much out of it. Like to me, Jonathan Majors is a great actor. He needs to be brought back as Crane. Simple as that. If they worried about their fans, that you're kind of late on that, because Marvel hasn't come up with nothing great since Spider-Man No Way Home. All those other films that they came up with was straight trash. You know what I'm saying? So if they're worried about like losing fans, it's too late. You lost fans already, just based on the shit that you were dropping during the pandemic.
Yeah, but I'm ready to start whenever you are, bro.
Yeah.
What's up, you two? How y'all doing? It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try in the building with me.
Yo.
Before I start, I gotta give a few rest in peace. Actually, there's two rest in pieces I want to do and stuff like that. The first rest in peace is to Chino XL. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to him. This is one I just heard about not too long ago. I was like, whoa, and shit like that. 'Cause I was just bumping Chino XL too. You know what I'm saying? But he's a rapper from New Jersey and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Actually, no, he was born in the Bronx and everything. You know what I'm saying? One of the illest lyricists in hip hop history. You know what I'm saying? He was born in the Bronx, but he didn't move to Jersey. Excuse me. One of the illest hip hop lyricists. He's Puerto Rican descent and everything. He pretty much released his debut album, "Here to Save You All," in 1996. My favorite album from him. You know what I'm saying? That was known for songs like "Creep." You know what I'm saying? "Rape." Oh, excuse me, not "Rape." "Riot," "No Complex." But that was a very controversial album because there was the song "Riot" and everything like that with Ras Kass, dope song. But he inferred that Tupac got raped in prison because he was a line that's in like shanked up like Pac is some shit like that. Even though it was Wendy Williams that started that rumor and stuff like that too. And of course Pac called him out on "Hit 'Em Up" with Chino XL responded with the freestyle. And it was an interview that said Chino actually said that him and Pac were cool. It was like a lyrical kind of thing and everything like that too. Because the media wants to make it out into a big thing and shit. The
Right.
thing with Chino XL, I'm not gonna hold you. He got cursed with a lot of label delays when it came to like the rest of his discography. And I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm just gonna be an honest fan. I feel like he never topped his debut album. I feel like he never topped it. I Told You So. I didn't care for that album. I hate to say it, I did not care for that album. I have to hear the rest of his projects, but I mean I've heard bits and pieces, but here and there, you know what I'm saying. But rest in peace of Chino XL. You know what I'm saying? Any memories of Chino XL growing up?
Yeah. Just seeing him, seeing his videos on Rap City and Young T raps, and he was just an ill lyricist. His
Right.
metaphors, when we talk about metaphors and similes and all the wordplay, we got to think of Chino XL for that. Is one of the
Right.
best to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when his first album came out, and that was like people were talking about that. You know what I'm saying? And we did a great review back in. I can't believe it was 2021 we did that. It just seemed like yesterday we did that. But that was a great
Right.
review we did on Here to Save You All, and you know people need to just remember him now for what a great lyricist he was, and his contribution to hip hop, and not focus on who he had beef with. You know, um, even his album. I heard the album he did with Stu Bangers that was fire. You know what I'm saying? And that should have gotten more promotion. But I mean, it's Stu Bangers. I don't expect like a Stu Bangers album to have a lot of promotion. But that was pretty good. Um, But he's been doing his thing for a very long time. And you said he's on the new Rakim EP, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm gonna get my thoughts on that in a pre-recorded video, but
I didn't
I'm
hear
just,
the Rakim joint yet. I have it on my playlist, but I didn't hear it
I'm
yet though.
I'm I'm just gonna say my thoughts on that. Too many
And
weird guest appearances. That's all I'm gonna say.
I saw the track list and I'm like, I'm assuming it's Rakim that he hasn't collaborated with a lot of artists. So that's how I'm taking the project, and it's all produced by him. So it can't be bad, right?
Well, look, I'm not gonna preview my thoughts, but I already texted you what I had to say about it. That's all I'm gonna say.
But yeah, like Chino was great. So we lost another legend, and that's how he needs to be remembered. People need to celebrate his legacy, and that's what it is.
Facts. And I also want to give a quick rest in peace to Erica Ash. She's an actress. She was on Mad TV, the Big Gay Sketch Show. Um, she was on BET's Real Husbands of Hollywood. She played like Kevin Hart's baby mama, ex girlfriend. One of the funniest actresses on the show, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know too much about her, but I do know she was on that show, and I used to watch that show. That was back when Kevin Hart was actually funny. You know what I'm saying? But rest in peace to Erica Ash. So on this day in hip hop, we're going to talk about Bone Thugs and Harmony, The Art of War.
Oh
This album came
yes,
out July 29th, 1997. Oh my fucking God, this album is amazing.
yes,
This album is possibly my favorite Bone Thugs album. I'm gonna be real with you.
same, same.
I love E1990 Eternal. I love that album. I like Creeping on the Come Up, but Creeping on the Come Up is an EP. It's not an album. I had to throw that out there, but people want to say, well, it's an EP album. No, nigga, it's an EP. It's an EP, so stop it. There's no such thing as an EP album. But anyway, that's like saying it's a mixtape album. Like, no, stop it. Stop that fucking term. Stop it. But anyway, back to the point. So this came out 2 years after E1990 Eternal, and Bone Thugs was pretty much on top of the world at this time. But at the same time, when you're on top, everybody wants to bring you down, and a lot of people were having beef with them, from Twista, 3 6 Mafia, Do or Die, Crucial
Right.
Conflict, Tommy Wright the Third, hell, even Pac. But that got squashed and shit like that. Well, I'll get more into that in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like Tri said, Pac was beefing with everybody, but I'll get more into that in a minute. So hell, even around this time too, Easy they were still dealing with Easy E's death because Tamika Wright was taking over Ruthless Records, and a lot of the members, most notably Busy Bone, they didn't care too much for her direction because she didn't really want. Because when Tamika Wright was running Ruthless Records, I hate to say it, that was the downfall of Ruthless Records for me. You know what I'm saying? Because she was trying to like soften up a lot of the rappers, like Above the Law, for instance, had a lot of issues. That's why they left Ruthless Records and stuff like that too. And shit, damn. So when they were doing the thing, Billy Bone was not appearing like on music videos, interviews, and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? Um, so they did the double album. Double album is jam packed with hella shit. You know what I'm saying? From the
Oh yeah.
Thug songs, the Weed songs, the diss tracks. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like people forget. Look into my eyes. That was a diss track. People forget that. Um, you ain't bone. You know what I'm saying? Hating Nation. Ooh, player, hater, 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 player, hater. Come on. But they also had bangers too. Um, it's almost thug. It's
It's
almost.
almost
Oh,
no da, 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 ding, ding, ding,
da,
ding, ding,
da,
ding.
da, da. Oh,
It's almost
my favorite. Whom die they lie, mamas. Whom
yes,
die they lie.
yes.
Yeah, I know about my bone, y'all. Don't focus
Oh
me.
yeah,
Thug Love, Pop, which, like I
yes.
mentioned to y'all before, Pac had issues with Bone Thugs because he felt that Easy stole like the Thug moniker because he was trying to sign his group Thug Life to Ruthless Records,
Right.
He didn't really want them on Ruthless Records. But then next, Easy was working on this group called Bone Thugs and Harmony, and Pac had an issue with that.
Mhm.
Yeah, he stepped up to Easy, but then they squashed it. It wasn't really anything serious, and Pac did a Thug Love joint. I always loved the performance they did on the verses, though. That was an ill ass performance. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm glad they performed. I'm glad they performed a lot of shit from this album on that verses too. That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But excuse me. Yeah, what do you think about this album?
What do I think about the album? I think the album is top three best double albums of all time. That's what I
Yeah,
think. Um, to do a review on this album and to go to like 1K. That was my first 1K vid ever on my channel, and I didn't expect that a New York nigga to talk about a double album from a Midwestern group and to go 1K is just crazy. You know what I mean? And I loved it. I was a huge Bone Thugs fan when E99 came out, and like I said in the review, like to me, Crazy Bone was the MVP of that album.
I agree.
Clearly, he was the MVP. He had his own solo songs on that album. He was already preparing this for was it Mentality, and you know, they were just all in sync. Even Flesh and Bone was on there with them, like all five of them. You know, so many bangers, Hard Times, and You Ain't Bone. You know, Body Rot, Wasteland Warriors. Like it's that whole album is just a classic. The production from DJ, um, what's his name? I'm blanking out. You know the DJ, the producer for them,
Unique.
Unique DJ Unique. It was great. The album cover was iconic. That album cover was everywhere. They were everywhere when this album came out. You know, Look Into My Eyes. That was from the Batman. Was it Batman Forever soundtrack? That was
Yeah.
on the album as well. That blew up too.
Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. That was on there. They ended up putting that on the album, and it was great. It was great. I remember going to Music Factory in '97 when that album came out, and that is the most that I paid for a double album. It was $27, and it came up to $30 with tax. And I never paid for at that time. I never paid that much for an album until then, and it was well worth it. And that to me is like one of the best double albums ever. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
And I don't when it comes to double albums, people don't even mention that album. They mention Life After Death. They mention All Eyes on Me, Wu Tang Forever. Nobody mentions All the War, and I can't understand why.
I can tell you why, because I feel like at this time people treat Bone Thugs like a novelty because of the whole twisty flow and everything like that too. And like how we always when we review the albums and shit like that, you say you're not gonna quote shit from none of the albums and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And I was quoting shit because I feel like with albums like All Eyes on Me, Wu Tang Forever, you know what I'm saying. I'll even throw in Life After Death. It all has like it has like a party atmosphere to it, but at the same time, it was so vintage. Where I felt like Art of War was a more darker album
Right.
and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Because both of us, for the most part, they don't really do party tracks. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, they done a few party like weed
Here and
tracks
there, they done.
here and there,
Yeah.
like Buddha
Yeah.
lovers. Oh, shit, you got me want to be bumping my Bone Thugs right now. Try, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's like. But they weren't like because All Eyes on Me was like half party, half gangster shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Laugh After Death. Now if
Yeah.
you in the Jiggy air with Bad Boy, you gotta do some party shit.
Yeah.
Hell, I'll even do you one better. Corruption's album. Corrupt's first album.
Not so
But
good.
oh yeah,
Not so good.
that was. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean,
Yeah.
right? But
And
yeah,
and
but
they went multi platinum with that album, so that album could fuck with any double album that's out there, track for track. You know what I'm saying? Or when we talk about like disc for disc, it like both of those discs hold up against Life After Death or any other. So you know what I
right.
mean? I don't. That's it's become my favorite now. Before it was E99, but Order was my favorite now.
Yeah, because I like E99.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but looking back now, it did have like 2 or 3 tracks I didn't really care for too much. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I feel like Art of War, they really like stepped their pen game up, production game up. It really just Bone Thugs at their peak, in my personal opinion.
Right. And to have
Resurrection.
in that
I'm sorry.
same year, right, to have two collabs come out the same year with deceased artists.
Ooh, yeah.
Notorious Thugs on Life After Death, and then Thug Love with Pac. That's they made history doing that.
Unpopular opinion.
Uh,
I have to go with Thug Love over Notorious Thugs. I love Notorious Thugs. Don't get me
uh,
wrong. Biggie killed that shit, but I felt like Thug Love. Everybody was at that element. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Them going back and forth, and the
yeah,
beat literally just gets me crazy.
yeah,
The thing about Notorious Thugs, when I first heard it, they took so long to fucking start. Like Notori, I'm like, okay, niggas, all right,
yeah.
niggas, come on. Then Biggie just dropped that classic verse that should have been a hip hop quotable if
I
you
didn't
ask
know
me.
what to think when I heard that. When I first heard the album and I heard, I didn't know what to think because I'm like,
Yeah,
is Biggie sounding like Bone Thugs, and he never rhymed like that before.
nah,
You know what I'm saying? It was different. I'm like, this is different. You know?
God, it kind of makes you wonder, like, how many flows Biggie, if he would have not had
Yeah,
been
exactly.
murdered, excuse me, set up. That's all I'm gonna say. If he would have been
Can you
set up,
imagine Biggie trying to sound like a drill rapper in this day and age?
let's not go that far.
And he probably would have made it sound hot. That's the thing about it.
Yeah, but yeah, that's Art of War. We already about to be 30 minutes, and we got to talk about this Freeway album and shit, y'all. Because when we talk about this album, we got to go down memory lane and shit. With
Yeah,
this one. But yeah,
yeah,
the album we want to talk about today is Freeway and Jake One with the Stimulus Package 2. This album came out July 19th, 2024. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pull up the album right now. Give me 1 second. We've been talking a lot of Freeway lately this
yeah.
year.
Doing it, man.
Mind you, Philadelphia Freeway recently went platinum too.
Yeah, see, classic album.
Wow. 20 years after it came out. Wow.
Yeah, better late than never.
You're right about that. But this album came out.
Yes, it just dropped. Definitely.
Yes. Producers include Dord, Jake One, Mario Luciano, and Sam Wish. Let me close out this ad. Thank you. Guest appearances include Black Thought, Conway the Machine, Jada Kiss, Pete Crack. It's good hearing Pete Crack again. Sauce Walker, Scolito, and Simba. Um, yeah, man. You guys should know who Freeway is. I talked a little bit about Jake. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. This just dropped. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We don't wait. I told
No.
y'all when it comes to this channel, I'm gonna try to do at least a newer album every fucking week. I'm not trying to stick to 90s and 2000s hip hop and shit like that.
Right.
I
We did that already.
Yeah, there's a lot of albums we got to talk about. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
I still keep relevant with this day and age as well too. Plus, I like to get into newer artists I haven't talked about on this channel like that too.
Right.
Um, so I heard the first stimulus package years ago. I know that came out like 2010, 2011.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was pretty solid and whatnot too. You know what I'm saying? Jake One, he's a dope producer. Don't get me wrong. He's a very good producer. I haven't heard a lot of beats from him. You know what I'm saying? Like compared to like the Alchemists,
Yeah.
the Derringers, all that shit. But from what I've always heard, he's always been very consistent.
He's great.
He's very dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I definitely gotta talk about the first stimulus package and stuff like that too. Yeah, because Romeo, you just started watching us recently too. So yeah, we not like some of these Fugazi motherfuckers who just stick to '90s hip hop, but they only talk about 3 or 4 tracks and
Fugazi.
what to. We do '80s hip hop too. Like
Yeah.
look through my resume.
Fugazi.
That might be the word today.
Yep.
That might be the word today.
Fugazi.
Fugazi. I have to educate motherfuckers as well as entertain and shit.
The word of the day.
Yeah, the word of the day. All right. So yeah, man. Like I said, not really too much to talk about this record. You know what I'm saying? Freeway's been putting in the work as usual. You know what I'm saying? I gotta talk more about his discography. Like I said, we recently talked about Philadelphia Freeway
Yeah.
around April or May of this year and shit like that too. Because I know this was when my car was fucking up again. So yeah, man. I know recently he lost two kids and stuff like that too, which
Yeah. That was sad.
parents should have to bury their kid and
Right.
whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's always a fucked up feeling. You know what I'm saying?
And he was in the hospital with
Yeah,
cancer.
he was in the hospital too. So yeah, he was going through a lot. So it was nice hearing him back again and shit like that too.
Yeah.
And spoiler alert, this might be a top five hip hop album of the year.
Yeah.
This might be, but
You said
we'll give
top five, right? I can't name five that was great right now. I got three. I don't know about five.
because everybody keeps saying Schoolboy Q,
No,
Lulu
fuck no. Fuck
is the best
no.
hip hop album. I'm
No.
sorry, I love Schoolboy
Who's
Q,
saying,
but no.
who's saying that? Is Schoolboy Q paying people off to say that? Who's saying that? Because I'm not
Because
saying
literally, I was on podcasters and
no,
shit like that, and
no,
certain West Coast podcasts and
no.
whatnot too, and then
But
pitch.
they're gonna say that because West Coast people have a twisted mentality when it comes to hip hop.
Then
They think E40 is like the best shit ever over Biggie, which is ludicrous to me. You know
and
what I'm
then
saying? So they're gonna say shit like that. But if he paid me, I still would say your album was not good.
Pitchfork,
Oxymoron, that was better.
right? And
You
then
know,
Pitchfork is like the highest ranked hip hop album of this year and shit.
no.
I'm sorry, but
They Pitchfork, who's going by Pitchfork ratings and shit and what they gotta say.
yeah, you'll be
You know what I'm
surprised.
saying?
But
You
anyway,
know,
but yeah, man, that's what I have to say about this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this album. I'm gonna pull up my notes. Where is the love? I gotta make some money this week, boy. I gotta make some money. Okay, pitchfork. All right. So this album has 14 tracks. It's 14 on Spotify. It says 15 on Rap Genius and shit, but
I can't
okay.
find the well, I'm assuming the bonus track is on streaming, but it's not even on Spotify. So
Yeah,
is it on the vinyl? What I don't
it,
know.
it might be on the vinyl
Yeah.
when it comes out. All right. So the first track is called Time featuring Conway the Machine. Very, very, very dope track. Nice way to kick off the record right here. Conway right here is doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? Griselda, man. I mean, I'm sorry, but Griselda is just
Yeah.
going through. I don't know what Griselda's going through right now, but when they drop dope verses like this,
Mm-hmm.
it makes me feel like they still got it. I mean,
They got
lyrically they still got it, but West Side Gun, I don't know. He just
oh
all
well.
over the place. But
He's
Time is a dope
he's
track.
he's moving into a different direction from Biggie,
Yeah.
you know.
What you
I
think of
love
this
it
track?
though. I love it. I think it's a great starter track. Love the beat and the soulful chops done by Jake One, the bass line, the scratching. Conway, I love Conway. I think Kim and Benny are the best in Griselda. So he never disappoints me. When you hear Conway on the track, he's gonna deliver. He definitely delivered on this one. And he said, I'll clap you wherever. Doc pat you together. I ain't going nowhere, nigga. I'm back forever. Still in the hood. I got my strap in the leather for the pressure. Know I'm ready for combat whenever. Loved his flow. Like I said, he never disappoints on the feature. So I love it. It's a great way to start the album off. No intro, just straight to the point. It should be a single.
I agree. I don't even think this album has any singles and shit, cause I don't think
They
so.
got Ringing and there's another joint that came out. That's a single.
Hmm, interesting. All right, track number 2 is Philly featuring PD Crack. This is a fucking banger. This right here is if State Property would have dropped an album this day and age, it should sound like something like this, in my personal opinion. Matter of fact, where are them niggas that get Jake One? Matter of
That's
fact,
what.
let Jake One produce Memphis Beats. Let Jake One produce Memphis Beats album and shit.
Right.
Let's have a if
And
Death Row can have a renaissance, then Rockefeller can have a renaissance.
right.
Even though that
I
might never
agree.
happen.
Well, we think
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
just
a renaissance. It might not be with both Jay and Dame, but we're seeing the renaissance happen right now. Where you got all members of are being on different songs and shit. So the graph joint up that I played, Rockefeller Chin. You got PD, you got Freeway, you got Bleak dropping a verse that sounded good. I don't think I've ever said that about Bleak. It's been years. I
right.
know he's been busy with fucking Douche liquor and all that, but he's actually back dropping some music. I'm like, Bleak is dropping some shit. Okay, this is what I want to hear. A Rockefeller State Property reunion, and it's long overdue. They should have been dropping shit anyway. Like, don't wait, don't stop because the Dame and Jay is had their little beef or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they all still talented. PD Crack, it's a shame he never got a chance to drop his album on Def Jam. But you see, he still got it, and I love the fact that they all still living, and they all still, while they still living, drop shit for your fans.
I agree. Don't just don't wait till one motherfucker drops dead and y'all dropping posthumous verses and shit.
Right? Exactly. I don't want to
Uh,
hear unreleased shit from PD. He already got that. I want to hear new shit from him.
right. All right. Next joint we got is My Own featuring Sauce Walker. This is that kind of soulful shit I like. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What I got from these lyrics was that like life goes on, keep on pushing, which is pretty much like the theme for like a lot of these songs for this album. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope. I love this track right here.
This was fire. This should be a single too. I like, it was very sparse instruments used on this. The piano chords, it was soulful. We have Freeway saying, "Only boy, I took some losses, went through that on my own. No sister, had to make the kitchen crack in my home. No brother, so I had to keep a gun in my home." I loved it, man. Like this was banging. There's some real street shit on here, and Freeway, he's great at doing that. So
Right. Yeah, Freeway, he always has that introspective side that niggas don't give credit for. Um Next track we got is Keep Winning featuring Black Thought. Um this one was a very dope track too, self-explanatory. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta keep winning, you gotta keep pushing, you can't let nobody stop you. That's one thing I got from this track right here. I feel like Black Thought was a perfect choice for a guest appearance because Black Thought he always comes in. You know what I'm saying? So I like this track right here. And
and
you
he
said
from
this was
Philly.
the main important thing. And you said this was a single, right?
Is this a single? I think it's another joint that's a single. But I think they got another single this out. I don't think it's this one though.
Got you.
But this should be a single too. I mean, it's Black Thought. He's from Philly, just like them. Again, another artist that never disappoints when it's a feature. He killed it. And he said, "I copped the G Wrangler that came with this changer. And I push it low key through the city. I sense danger. Shit major. Every little youngin' aiming a big flamer. So many trigger warnings that came with a disclaimer." Come on, man. What did Black Thought, one of the best ever. This is like light work for him. You know what I'm saying? So beat was fire. I loved it.
Definitely. Track number 5, Price of Fame. Another very dope track right here. Banging track right here. I love the drum. The drums on this track was what really got to me and
Yeah,
everything. That classic boom bap drums. I love it.
yeah. This was fire, man. The beat was fire. Freeway, I loved his verse where he's talking about being in the coma and nobody being there for him. Where was his friends and family? And it's almost like he was calling them out, but he didn't say no names. But you could tell, like
Yeah,
you could tell the anger in his voice. Like when I was on that on that hospital bed, where the fuck was y'all at?
Yeah, you felt that too.
Huh?
I felt that too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and maybe that's what really was going on in his life. Like, yo, like I lost two kids. You know what I'm saying? My own health was fucked up. Where was these people that love me at? Where were they at? You know what I'm saying? You got well wishes from fans that he don't even fucking know. But his own flesh and blood and people close to him that he grew up with, they were nowhere to be found. And that's what I got from his verse. You know, he said, when I first got on dialysis, she was in my corner. She did it out of love. She wasn't looking for no payment. I was damn near in a coma. Where were you? On the corner, and I ain't hear from you till I was back upon them stages. Do you love me? Cause you hate me, yet you hate me. Cause you want to be me, but you're too fragile to be free. You know what I'm saying? So all of that right there. And he's talking about. I'm assuming he's talking about the love of his life and her, sticking by his side through all of that shit that was going on. Where were these other people in his life that was, that claim that they love him? Where were they at? When he's down and out and he's mourning and shit, he had to deal with a lot of personal shit in his life. That's why we didn't hear from him for a minute. Where was he at? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell the difference. Even like the way that he looked, like he's slim. He's slim. We never seen Freeway slim. When he first came out, he was saying chubby, and we didn't see him slim like this. He lost a lot of weight dealing with his health, and then like the grieving of his both his kids. I didn't know it was both his kids. I just knew about the daughter. I didn't know that his other kid passed away too. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he dealt with a lot. And now that he's back, he's healthy and giving us a banging album with Jake One is it's like salute the Freeway for even doing that. You know what I'm saying? And he's definitely one of the best, a Philly legend. And I definitely enjoyed the song.
Definitely. All right. Next track we got is "Lord Forgive Me." Possibly my favorite track on this album. You know what I'm saying? Very, very introspective song, like I mentioned to you before, which what Freeway excels at. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much just staying positive and staying grounded in life. That's what I got from this track right here. So yeah, this one. I wish I could pull up the lyrics, but Rap Genius don't even have the lyrics right now. But they're so fucking quick to put Ice Spice's lyrics for her new album. It's not
What
even
lyrics? She can rock. What lyrics? What?
like they so quick to put any Lotto song that comes out. Well, y'all can't put Freeways. Oh, I forgot because it's too deep for the general audience. God,
They must be getting paid to do that shit. And that doesn't make sense.
Oh Lord.
You know, this was a great song. Another great one. The beat, the horns on it. You got Freeway saying he was watching Nick and Night. We was selling Nicks and Night, different life. On the corner getting my vision right. Chinese store owner watching getting my chicken right. I love this. Again, it's Free doing the street shit. That's what he's good at as well. And it was banging, man. This is definitely one of my favorites on here as well.
Definitely. Ooh, this next joint though. Freezer?
Yeah.
Ooh. 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 Yo. This should be a fucking single right here,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what? This beat reminds me of some shit Swiss Beats used to do when he was good, in my opinion.
Mm.
All I was anticipating on hearing was one of his little corny ass ad libs and some shit.
That seemed like such a long time ago.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. When Swiss was actually good.
Right. It had that dang grease Swiss beat like
Yeah.
Rough Rider feel to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I love the fact that he was using the flow from Snoop Dogg's "What's My Name." You know what I'm saying? I love the way he was doing that shit. Very, very, very dope record. Like this one, this should be an underground single right here. This joint right here is fucking tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Fucking
He was
tough.
fired.
Tough. This that Philly shit I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? I was about to say New
He was
York.
fired, definitely. banging ass beat, bass line on it. It was banging.
Yes. All right. Next joint is Ringin featuring Jadakiss. Love the song, but I hate that fucking chorus. Ring a ding ring a ringer. Sound like some Thomas the Engine shit. Ring a ring a ring a ring a ring.
Crazy.
Fuck.
My phone keep ringing, 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 ringing.
I hate that fucking chorus. Like
That's
sound
fine.
like
I mean,
goddamn.
only Freeway could do that type of chorus though.
Everything else was hot though. Everything else was dope. Jadakiss still mentioning his damn verses. I'm tired of hearing about this verse. So I'm like, okay, nigga.
Hey, that's
Okay,
his claim to fame right now.
yeah, that's his plan. Yeah, I was like, okay, nigga.
When you have no classic albums, what's the next best thing? You know,
I keep telling y'all niggas his debut is class. I keep telling y'all niggas.
his debute's not classic. It's a great album for his standards, but it's not one of the best of them.
Like nigga keeps mentioning that
He
damn
had
verse. Like,
skippable joints on that album.
nigga keep mentioning that damn verse. Like, okay, nigga, we get it, nigga.
The
All right,
verses will be like forever his legacy. This man
I
took
like
down the whole crew by himself. You didn't need Styles and Sheik on the stage. You took down Dipset by yourself. It was laughable. It wasn't even like a battle. I'm like, where's the battle? Jewels and Cam. Cam want to do all these damn freestyles on his show. Why? Where's the freestyles for that show?
Can we talk about? Can we talk about
You
that?
know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like it's funny how this nigga he get into beef with Jay Prince and with Big L's brother, and now he want to fucking freestyle all damn day. Where was that freestyle and the verses that we wanted? That's when it should have mattered, when he was freestyling, when he should have been freestyling your ass off against Jadakiss, because he was busting your ass.
Cause you done sent me like 5 fucking clips of this nigga freestyle. I was like, is this nigga gonna freestyle his whole album at this point, nigga?
He might as well. Like I'm expecting a DJ Clue and Cam, Friday night freestyle mixtape or something. I'm expecting that any day now.
Hosted by Funk
Group Theory, Tell Me Beats and shit. Where was that freestyle person that we needed? But them motherfuckers were quiet when they were getting their ass kicked. They were quiet. Jewels was on the floor killing. He had on a fucking winter clothes. I don't know why. It was summertime.
This nigga rhyming over Good Morning by Kanye.
Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Cam was in that fucking recliner. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where was all this freestyling when it counted, when it mattered against the locks? They don't know where they
did this nigga
when the freestyles also.
Didn't this nigga Maze try to say some shit about Big L on his show?
Did he?
He said some shit like Big L used to bite shit or some shit like that. I don't know.
He said something about Big L tried to rob him or some shit.
Why do niggas always gossip about dead niggas and shit?
Big L's already dead. I don't understand why all this Big L shit's coming out now.
Like Mason, I like Mason Cameron, but they becoming some gossip niggas and shit. Like
the shit that I don't like.
I like them. I'm entertained, but sometimes all these niggas who do these hip hop podcasts, except for like Trey D, I like Trey D shit. They becoming some gossip niggas and shit.
This is why I left the podcast. I left because all these niggas want to be chatty patties and talk about salacious gossip. None of that have shit to do with the culture.
Yeah. All these,
you know what I'm saying? They started their fucking podcast as doing sports. What the fuck is Big L's brother got to do with sports? You know what I'm saying? Everybody think they Joe Budden. You're not Joe Budden. Joe Budden have his own lane.
Everybody's trying to be Wendy Williams, man.
Exactly. You're not Wendy.
Wendy's and God knows where. Everybody trying to be Wendy Williams and shit.
You know, Charlemagne and Envy, like they already got their lane for that.
Don't get me started on this beanie pot ass nigga. Don't get me started on this beanie pot ass nigga.
It's too many. It's becoming like it's becoming normal now, where it's like we have these podcasts that's supposed to be dedicated to hip hop culture, and they're not. They want to be like TMZ. They want to talk. They want to be like fucking Grape Juice.
Black Callaloo. What's that cartoon? Callaloo. Black cow ass nigga.
Who?
Charlemagne, Black cow. Yeah. That little white boy cow. Callaloo.
I don't know.
Hold on.
Who the fuck?
You know. Hold on. I gotta show you the picture. Hold on. You know, if I show you. You know who I'm talking. You know
Envy.
No, Charlemagne. If I show you this nigga, you.
I don't know. It's becoming. Part of the norm. I don't. Who the fuck is that?
That little PBS motherfucking cow.
He look like Charlie Brown.
I say that's why Charlie look like the black version of this motherfucker.
I don't know who that is.
Oh man. But anyway, what were you saying?
It's just like gossip that, you know. I guess there's an audience for that. It's like I'm not part of that audience. I don't care about that shit because it serves no purpose. It's like a lot of these people, like they call artists, they're more famous for who they sleep with, or you know who they're following, or what stupid shit they said on their live stream over their music. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of these motherfuckers that they like Ice Spice. What's their? Do they have like 5 favorite songs from Ice Spice or an album? You know what I mean? So it's like it's becoming normal now, and that's the shit that I don't like.
Right, man. I'm over here listening to Gap Band and shit right now.
You know what I mean? Cam is freestyling his ass off. Like he got the freestyling bug now, but you couldn't do that shit against the Jadakiss. And he bust your all ass when it was sad. It was a handicap match. That wasn't no cruel.
Chill.
Handicap match. That was like Stone Cold against the corporate ministry. You know what I'm saying? They got the battle Taker and Triple H and The Rock and everybody in the corporate ministry at that time. You know, McMahon, Shane, everybody. That was a handicap match. That's what it was. Because them niggas ain't take them seriously, and you saw what happened. But Jadakiss is a great lyricist, and the verses will be his legacy. You know what I mean?
If I hear one more song about that shit, I swear to God.
He gotta always remind you, like, yes, I was the one that took down Dipset. That was a historic thing because I had Dipset beating their asses. I didn't have the result that turned out. I really felt Dipset to me got a better discography than them.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be a tie. To be real with you,
I didn't see that at all.
I thought it was going to be
the Locks hasn't put out a lot of shit as a group. They put out more shit individually. You know what I'm saying? They forgot they were a group. They put out more shit individually than as a group. Dipset didn't do that shit. You know, they had their compilations, they had their whole collective release stuff, and they put out shit collectively. And Locks didn't do a lot of that shit. Now they're starting to do that. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's like too little, too late.
Right. I hear what you're saying.
I had Dipset beating their asses. I really did, and I think it could have actually happened like that if they had took them seriously, and they didn't take them seriously.
Right.
You know what I mean? But Jadakiss, he killed this joint as usual. Another artist. This is becoming a pattern. Jadakiss, Black Thought, Conway, some of the best lyricists ever. Any feature that they on, they're gonna kill it. And Jadakiss did his thing. You know, came in radical but very intelligent. Ear to the streets, made those stayed relevant. Switched a few labels, fired a few lawyers. 1 minute they love you, then they trying to destroy you. Classic.
Right. Definitely classic.
I love the video too.
That's that. All right. Next song we got is Heartbreaker. This was actually a dope song. I'm surprised I actually like this song. You know me, I don't like when rappers go vulnerable. Like, I mean, I like when rappers go vulnerable. Some rappers, they be in their fucking feeling like some atmosphere kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like some slug kind of shit. But this was like Freeway convincing the girl that he loves. He's not a player. This was pretty much his big punch. I'm still not a player. If that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mixed it a little bit with Jay-Z's song "Cry," if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like this song. I wish I could pull up some lyrics, but Rap Genius is too busy analyzing Ice Spice's album at this point. You know?
Which is crazy. Yeah, this was fire, man. The beat was fire. It had like a lighthearted melody. It's definitely a track geared towards the women. You know, Freeway on his love shit, and he didn't do too many songs like that. It also reminded me that song he did with Jewels on the Dipset album, My Love.
Yeah.
and that was like a another track that was like geared towards the ladies, and but it was playful, but it was dope.
Definitely. All right. Track number 10, Nothing They Can Do. Very dope track right here. This is like another one of those life goes on, celebratory of life kind of tracks right here. You know what I'm saying? Pretty dope track. I didn't have too much to say about it though.
Yeah, it was fire though. Definitely a banging ass beat, bass line. It was good.
Right. All right. Next song is called Crystal and Keys featuring Scolito. Another pretty dope track. I love the beat to this one too. Jake One doing this thing on the production. Not a bad track.
Yeah, this was fire. I don't know who the fuck Scalito is.
I
He
heard him
was
on a few
deep.
tracks.
You heard him before?
Yeah, yeah. I can't remember when, but I heard him on a few tracks.
He was decent. I like the beat for this.
Definitely. Yeah. Didn't mean to cut you off, by the way. Um, Track number 12 is a Bearded Legend. Very dope track, self-explanatory. I feel like that should be like his moniker at this point, his
Yeah,
sign moniker, like Bearded Legend. Like that should be his next album, if you ask me.
right. Facts. Yeah, this is dope. Beat fire. You got like some soulful samples in there.
Definitely. And the last track is called. Wait, actually, no, not the last track. Track number 13, Surgery. Very personal track right here. Self-explaining what he was going through, in the hospital and everything. You know what I'm saying? Very dope track indeed. I feel like this could have ended off the track, but I don't mind Family Tree ending the album off either. So I'll get more into Family Tree.
Yeah, this was banging too. I love the strings on it, the horns. The beat was fire.
Definitely. And the last track, Family Tree. Yo, this track is fire, boy.
Yeah,
This is just him going back to his Rockefeller roots, giving love to all the people that held him down, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is how you end off an album. I like this.
love this joint. You got like some soulful singing on here. The beat was fire. You got free saying it was insanity shopping at the Dollar Tree. I had the dark Nikes when Ray and Ghost had the Wallabies. A lot of dark nights. Had the purple tape on repeat constantly. That was back when cocaine sponsored me. Love that. I love the referencing to Cuban Link. And yeah, this was a great closeout track. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying?
All right. Overall, very dope album from Freeway. Like, keeps getting better and better, if you ask me. Love the production on this one from Jake One and everything. I have to re-listen to the first stimulus package to see if it's just as good or better, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he took a more personal route with this one. Talking about his life with surgery, his love life, his kids, his legacy, building a legacy. Most importantly, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna give this a 4.5 out of 5.
I love it. I think Jake one never disappoints. Like all the stuff he's done for G Unit, stuff he's done as Tuxedo with Mayor Hawthorne and
Ooh,
you know his own. He had his own albums out. White Van Music was great. Um, he did the John Cena theme song. A lot of people don't know that. Um, it's everything that he's done has been phenomenal. Phenomenal coming from Seattle. He doesn't have like a Seattle sound. You know what I'm saying? It's more like it can be jazzy at times. It can be boom bap. You know, I love the way that he had a like a series on his YouTube channel where he would make these videos and picking out certain songs he did for artists and creating like showing you how he created the track.
hmm
From the layering on the keyboards to the bass line and different drum patterns he had in his computers and stuff. I love to see stuff like that. That's a real producer. You know what I'm
facts.
saying? And he's multi talented. You know what I'm saying? He's another producer that doesn't get a lot of recognition. You know, I don't know. I don't know if it's because he's from Seattle or if he's, you know, maybe people are not aware of what he's done. But if you can do shit for G Unit and then turn around and do shit for the WWE, that's being versatile. You know what I'm saying? And I love the first stimulus package album. That was great. I remember when it came out and it got a lot of publicity. And this one is just as great. You know, the production was great. The soulful. There's a sound he has like you know, with the soulful chops. You know, with the singing, like you would say, like the Kanye West Chipmunk samples and shit.
Yeah.
Like Jake One is good at doing stuff like that, and his bass lines, like actually playing out the bass lines. You know what I'm saying? You know, the songs were great. You know, Freeway. I think he's gotten more personal on this album because of the stuff that happened in his personal life. You know, with his two kids dying, unfortunately, and then him being in the hospital with his own health. The features, it was, you know, Conway, Black Thought, Jada Kiss, like they're gonna kill anything that they on. So that was great to hear him with, you know, with them. PD Crack, you know, he should have been a huge star from State Properties. Great to hear him again, and just in general, the whole State Property collective, you know, just good to hear them, you know, back on the scene. And I would love to hear a PD Crack album with Jake One. I think that should happen. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you put it out there, let's put it out there in the universe. I would love to hear a PD Crack album with Jake One. Because
Facts.
this man never got he got signed to Def Jam and he got railroaded by Jay-Z. And I love Jay-Z, but Jay-Z at times could be real petty. And for whatever reason, when he was at the head of Def Jam, he blocked PD Crack from coming out with his album. And that's to me is petty shit. But PD Crack is definitely talented. I think he's definitely one of the best in-state property, and I would love to hear an album with him and Jake One. And just the songs on here, like the songs on this album, like I couldn't find a whack track on it. You know, from the first track Time to the last track, you know, Family Tree, it was great. You know, My Own and Lord Forgive Me, Ringing, Freezer, like this is definitely 4.5 mics. To me, I'm saying top three right now, top three rap album. You saying top five. I can't find five great albums this year. There's some albums that were good, but there's albums that I keep going back to right now. Dog Pound, We All We Got, Common and Pete Rock, The Auditorium Volume 1, and this album. Those to me are the top three rap albums of 2024 right now. All that other shit, Schoolboy Q, I played that shit like once. And I ain't played since then. I don't know how people think that's a great album. You know, that's the West Coast for you. But right now, that's the top three for me.
Respect. All right. Well, I'm gonna end this off right here. This was a dope ass review. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back to this channel on Wednesday, but tomorrow at 11 p.m.
You don't want to talk about Dom Kennedy's EP?
I thought you said you didn't want to talk about it.
Well,
I didn't. Even,
I only like three songs off of it. I think the production was very mid. I don't like that all that trappy shit he's doing.
Oh God.
You know what I'm saying? It's all that shit sound like trap. None of that shit sound like West Coast. It don't have a West Coast sound to it.
Oh
You know what I'm
God.
saying? When I hear West Coast artists, I like to hear the West Coast sound from them. None of that shit that he's doing with the 808s and the trap shit, none of that shit sound like West Coast music. You know what I'm saying? He had like 2 or 3 good songs on there. I'm like, this is why it's an EP, and this is why you stay addicted to the underground, because you can't make a smash hit. You know? Maybe he need to do something with Mustard. Mustard is like the hottest dude right now. He need to do something with DJ Mustard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure Mustard could give him a hit. Give him a smash hit record.
We'll see. But yeah, man. That's Trash Thoughts. I'll hear it probably one day and shit.
I mean, you said it was from 2018 because it say 2024.
No, it's literally
Did
2018.
he re-release it with new songs?
I guess so, or maybe I don't know.
On Spotify, it say 2024.
Well, it probably debuted on Spotify
I,
like this
I
year.
I ain't hear it. I ain't hear it at all until Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, some people do that. Like I think Glasses Malone that did that. He had like an album that he re-released with songs. You know, but if that's a re-release, he need to just keep it in the vault because that shit wasn't good.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't impressed.
But yeah, and then that so this upcoming Tuesday, I'm actually gonna be on Lashia. Well, Mike and I are gonna be on Lashia's channel. We're gonna talk about this movie called Songs of the South. You know what I'm saying? From it's like an old Disney movie that's very controversial and whatnot too. So that's gonna be very interesting. But this Wednesday, we're gonna come back. We're gonna do a double review on the Brat's first two albums, Functified and Another Tantrum.
Oh boy, I thought we did Funny Friday. We never did that.
You probably did on your channel though.
No, I never talked about the bread on it. I wanted to, but only her first album.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me double check.
I thought we did Funky Friday already. Her other shit we didn't talk about is
Yeah, we did do Functified.
yeah. I think it was like after that review. That's when I got because I didn't. I had her album on cassette, but I didn't have it on CD. I think right after that review, I ended up getting it on CD.
Yeah, I think we did it on my channel because I know
Yeah.
that review.
So we didn't talk
Somewhat.
about her other shit that wasn't good.
Yeah, the second album I haven't heard in years, so we'll see how that goes. But anything you want to say before we head out?
I'm gonna go live on Wednesday with Rocker Bash, 8 p.m. My channel. He just hit me up. He wants to talk about the legacy of Chino XL,
Mm,
and we'll talk about that and some other things. You know, the Olympics with the Dream Team. Are they still calling them that? The Dream Team, the basketball team.
I don't know.
You know, whatever we can talk about. SummerSlam is coming up on Saturday. Definitely want to talk about that. Yeah, we're gonna go live. Have a nice little live stream at 8 p.m. on Wednesday. It's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to see. All right. Other than that, y'all, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Y'all make sure y'all stream this album and try. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right, peace.